Have you ever wondered why Ethereum keeps upgrading? Like every now and then there's a new upgrade with a new name. Think about London, Shanghai, Dencun, and now Pectra. Does it really change anything, or is it just a hype? In this video, we are going to be exploring why upgrades matter. We'll take a look at some of the past upgrades that has shaped Ethereum to what it is right now. And then of course, we are going to be deep diving into the upcoming Pectra upgrade. So whether you are a developer, a validator, or even a regular blockchain user, this upgrade impacts everyone. So please do well to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Like this video already, because I promise you that you're going to learn a lot from it. And of course, turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Let's dive in. Hello, my name is Glory Praise Emmanuel. I am a blockchain developer and developer advocate. I run a weekly Web3 newsletter where I share updates and opportunities in Web3, from job opportunities to grants, hackathons, events, and so much more. So if you're interested, or if you're looking out for opportunities in Web3, including learning and earning opportunities, please do well to subscribe to my newsletter. The link is in the bio. Let's jump right into the video. Ethereum is not just another blockchain. It is the backbone of DeFi, NFTs, and many other Web3 applications. But of course, with great demand comes great pressure. So the more people that use Ethereum, the more the strain on the network, the more the gas fee increases, slower the transactions, and of course, there are more security challenges. Without these updates, Ethereum will become expensive, inefficient, and outdated, pushing users, developers, and validators to other alternatives. So what are the key reasons for Ethereum upgrades? Number one is to improve speed and efficiency. Number two is lowering transaction cost. We all know that for the longest time, one of the pain points in Ethereum has been high gas fees. So these upgrades help reduce the transaction fees spent in the network, and also reduce the amount of fees spent in deploying and running smart contracts. Number three is enhancing security. The more the network is being used, of course, there will be more hacks and more exploits. So these upgrades strengthen the security of the network, making it safer for everyone to use. Number four is supporting new features. Now, many of the Ethereum upgrades introduce new capabilities that help scale Ethereum. So from supporting layer 2 networks to account abstraction and many other things. All of these upgrades comes with new features that make Ethereum more desirable and more efficient in the market. Now let's take a look at some previous Ethereum upgrades. First of all, have you ever wondered why Ethereum upgrade uses names like London, Shanghai, Dencun instead of the usual technical names that are being used for upgrades? Unlike traditional software upgrades, which uses version numbers like iOS 17 or Windows 11. Now, in Ethereum, upgrades are named after cities and concepts. For example, upgrades like Berlin and London were named after the cities where Ethereum developers held major conferences. While newer upgrades like Dencun is a combination of two names, Denab plus Cancun. Now this just represents multiple improvements at once. So let me break it down. Instead of Denab upgrade to be launched and Cancun upgrade to be launched at a later time, now these two upgrades were combined and deployed at once. So they gave it a special name that was coined from those two upgrades, Denab and Cancun, hence Dencun. So you see, these names are not just random. They help the community track Ethereum's evolution in a way that feels more human and memorable. So now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's talk about past Ethereum upgrades and their impact. Now the first one I want to point out is the London upgrade. The London upgrade happened in 2021. So before 2021, using Ethereum was like ordering food without knowing the price. Users had to guess gas fee. You would submit a transaction, you would cross your fingers and hope that you're not overpaying for gas fees. But then the London upgrade EIP 1559. This made gas fees more predictable and introduced a deflationary mechanism whereby some ETH was removed from circulation, making it more scarce. So in summary, the 2021 London upgrade fixed gas fees issues. The next major upgrade that happened was the merge. It happened in 2022. Now, for years, Ethereum had used proof of work, but in 2022, the merge changed everything. Ethereum switched to proof of stake, cutting down its energy consumption by 99%. So this was not just an upgrade, this was a massive shift in the way that Ethereum operates. The next major upgrade was the Shanghai upgrade in 2023. So imagine locking your money in a savings account but not knowing when you'll be able to withdraw your money back. Now, this was the situation for stakers in the Ethereum ecosystem. That is what happened to early Ethereum stakers. They helped secure the network, but they had no way of getting their money back. That is until the Shanghai update. Now, this update allowed validators and stakers to be able to finally unlock staked ETH, making staking more attractive and accessible. The last upgrade I want us to look at is the Dencun upgrade. It happened in 2024. Now, Ethereum transaction fees has always been a pain point, especially for everyday users. The Dencun upgrade introduced Proton dark sharding. It is just a fancy way for saying that layer 2s can now process transactions more efficiently. This means cheaper transaction fees for everyone, especially those using layer 2 networks. So let's talk about the upcoming Pectra upgrade. The first thing you should know about Pectra is that the name itself is a mashup of two words, Prague and Electra. So remember what I said about some upgrades being a combination of two upgrades? Yes, so Pectra is one of such. Now, the Prague update is supposed to affect the execution layer of the blockchain, while the Electra upgrade is supposed to upgrade the consensus layer of Ethereum. So think about it as a two-in-one upgrade happening simultaneously. So it is going to be improving both how Ethereum executes transactions and also how it reaches agreement on the state of the blockchain. So what are some of the key features of the Pectra upgrade? The very first one is account abstraction. So right now in Ethereum, for you to pay for gas fees or transaction fees, you need to have ETH in your wallet. Now, the Pectra upgrade is going to change that. With EIP 7702, users will be able to pay for gas fees using any other token aside ETH. Now, this is actually amazing because it is going to be easier for newcomers in the blockchain space to be able to make transactions in Ethereum blockchain. Now, this update would also allow third parties to pay for your gas fees. That is one of the features of account abstraction. So not only would you be able to pay for your gas fees with other tokens, but also third-party services can actually sponsor your gas fees, meaning that in some cases you will pay little or nothing whenever you're making transactions. How cool is that? The second thing that the upgrade is going to bring is smart contract efficiency. Through Ethereum improvement proposals like EIP 7692, the EVM will become more efficient, speeding up smart contract execution. This change is going to benefit both developers and users by lowering the costs and complexity of deploying smart contracts. Another thing that comes with this upgrade is validator staking upgrade. So Ethereum security depends on validators. These are the people that stake ETH to help keep Ethereum running. But until now, staking has been limited to only 32 ETH per validator. Large staking operations had to use multiple validator nodes. With EIP 7251, the staking cap is increased to 2058 ETH. So imagine from 32 ETH to 2058 ETH. That is a wide gap. So what this means is that fewer validators will be needed to run large staking pools, thereby making Ethereum security more efficient. Another update that comes with this upgrade is vehicle trees. Now, Ethereum stores a lot of data, and as the network grows, this data becomes harder to manage. Vehicle trees are a new way of organizing and compressing this data, reducing the storage costs and improving efficiency. So vehicle tree is just a type of data structure, and what this means for users is that the experience is going to be smoother and faster. So there are so many other updates that come with this Pectra upgrade, but the last one that I want to point out in this video is Peer DAS, which is short for Data Availability Sampling. Ethereum has been shifting a lot of activities to the layer 2s to handle transactions more efficiently. But for these solutions to work well, they need quick and reliable access to Ethereum's data. Now that is where Peer DAS comes in. Peer DAS is going to improve data availability, making it easier for layer 2 solutions to verify transactions while keeping the cost low. So this means faster and cheaper transactions for everyone using layer 2 solutions. If you're a user, there will be no need for you to be scrambling for ETH to pay for your gas fees whenever you're carrying out transactions. Plus, Peer DAS will lower fees and speed up transactions, making Ethereum more affordable and easier to use. If you are a validator or if you are a staker, this update means that you'll be able to stake more, easier management, better security, and potentially higher rewards. For the developers, with vehicle trees, data storage becomes more efficient, reducing the network load. Plus, layer 2 scaling gets a boost, making it easier to build high-performance dApps with lower gas fees and better execution. Also, these changes will make it faster and cheaper to deploy contracts, which is great for developers building decentralized applications. Ethereum is constantly evolving, and the Pectra upgrade is another step forward. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Pectra upgrades? What do you think about the features I mentioned? Which of them excites you the most? Please do well to drop your comments in the comment section below, and I would love to have a discussion with you about your thoughts. Furthermore, if you're trying to break into tech, whether you are trying to get into AI, data science, cybersecurity, web development, mobile development, or any specific programming language, I have a couple of links in the description box that would help you. So just do well to find those links and get started in your tech and Web3 journey. Furthermore, I run a weekly Web3 newsletter where I send out Web3 opportunities to you every single week. Now, these opportunities include grants, scholarships, jobs, bounties, hackathons, Web3 events, and so many more, things. So just in case you've been looking for opportunities in Web3, this newsletter is not limited to just the Ethereum blockchain. It covers so many other blockchain out there. So please do well to subscribe to the newsletter so that you get weekly updates on opportunities happening in the Web3 space. If you found this video helpful, please do well to like it, do well to share, do well to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and please do well to also hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.